Welcome to the lectures on service management principles. I am Grönroos from Hanken School of Economics. The topic of this lecture is people management and internal marketing as prerequisite for successful marketing. Now, internal marketing starts from the observation that a firm cannot expect to market service successfully to its ultimate customers unless it markets them to its employees first, and of course, successfully. Because many employees are part-time marketers, that is, people whose main task is something else: maintenance, production, deliveries, logistics, anything. But the way they are performing influences the customer's perception of them, of the service, of the firm, and therefore influences the customer's willingness to continue buying. So therefore they are part-time marketers. Now, a first important observation: marketing in a service business cannot be organized in a traditional way. It just cannot be organized. And internal marketing is, if you want, a way of help organizing marketing in service. The full-time marketers can be organized, of course, in a department or a group as usually. But in the part-time marketers, whose main task, as I said, is something else than marketing, a willingness and motivation for marketing-like behavior can only be instilled as a customer-focused attitude of mind. Part-time marketers cannot be organized in a specific department, specific process or specific function. There are in their own processes, in their own functions. So the marketing has to be instilled as a customer-focused attitude. Now, the goal and focus of internal marketing. Well, internal actions to secure the customer focus and service orientation of the part-time marketers must be taken in a way that is active, coordinated, and goal-oriented. That is, in a marketing-like way. Therefore, internal marketing. So the goal is to ensure that the employees as part-time marketers contribute successfully to the firm's external effectiveness. This means that we must make sure, through internal marketing, that the employees as part-time marketers do their best to maintain a wanted perceived quality and make sure that the firm can get revenues as effectively as wanted. Now, there are some general requirements and some specific requirements that are important here. Requirements of the employees. General requirements are: employees should understand the full relationship the firm has with its customers. Understand the whole relationship, not only what they are doing, but where they work, why they work, and how this influences other people's work, and how other people's work influence their work. And understand and accept their role and obligations in maintaining such relationships with customers. And they should be customer-focused in their work environment. Specific requirements are again that employees should have the skills to interact and communicate with customers that are needed. Should be motivated to interact and communicate. Not only have the skills, but want to implement them. And they should feel rewarded for doing this in a way that supports part-time marketing behavior and interactive marketing. They should feel rewarded by that. Now, if we then look at the purpose of internal marketing, it can be formulated in this way. It is to close the gap between the skills, knowledge, and competency that employees need to successfully provide customers with good service, and the current competence level in the organization, as well as to maintain a wanted behavior once it has been achieved. So internal marketing aims at closing what you could call a competence gap among the employees, so that they understand how to perform successfully as part-time marketers and are motivated and willing to do that. Now, there are two aspects involved here. One is to change attitudes. The other is to communicate change and communicate aspects of marketing, aspects of behavior, customer knowledge, and so forth. Communication influences attitude, of course, but attitudes require also other aspects, which I soon turn to. But ultimately, internal marketing should contribute to the establishment and maintenance of a service culture in the organization. And I will be talking more about service culture in another lecture. We can look at internal marketing processes as strategic or tactical. Strategic are aspects that create an environment where part-time marketing behavior is possible, where people can feel motivated and willing to perform in that way. Tactical internal marketing includes activities and processes to inform, communicate, and so forth. Let's look at the 4 strategic internal marketing aspects first. The first one is leadership and management support. Now, this is about leadership. How are managers on all levels, supervisors, leading their people? How are they informing them? How are they thanking them? How are they recognizing their work? How do they do whatever is required in order to make the employees feel that they want to perform in a part-time marketing-like way? Also, leadership and management support is important as a continuation to, for example, training activities that may have taken place, where employees have been taught how to behave, why to behave in a certain way, how to communicate, how to observe the customer, and so forth. Through management support after such activities, this can be, the message from such training activities can be internalized in employees, and employees may realize that this is really important. This is how we should work from now on. Another strategic internal marketing aspect is human resource policy. We need a motivating human resource policy, meaning, for example, that hiring procedures should aim at finding and appointing customer-focused people or individuals that have an inclination for service-mindedness and customer-focusedness. Job descriptions must support this, and career planning must support this. Reward systems must support this. And of course, the training programs must support this. So human resource policy need also to be focused in an active and coordinated and marketing-like way towards getting service-oriented, customer-focused employees. Employee training must aim at making employees realize what is the holistic picture of the firm's operations. What is his or her role as employee in this picture? What is what I'm doing? Why is it important? How is it influenced by what others are doing? How do I influence others? And so on and so forth. So training must make sure that employees get the skills and the knowledge, but also get motivated. And motivation requires this seeing and understanding the big picture. Training also needs to be a continuous process. It's not enough with just a session here and 1-2 years from now. But if needed, we have to develop an, if not ongoing, but at least the continuous training process. Now, technical training about how employees should handle their tasks in a technical sense is of course also needed and important, but that is another story and not included here in internal marketing. Now, the final strategic internal marketing aspect is motivating planning systems. Now here, the idea is that employees who are involved in planning what they are supposed to do get more motivated easily to understanding and implementing their tasks. Employees who are not involved but where the plans and the systems are given from above easily lacks this kind of motivation. This of course depends on other factors as well, but as a general rule, it's always a good idea to include employees somehow in the processes where the job is planned. And not only their job, but a somewhat larger context so they can see and realize and understand the holistic picture. First-hand insight about customers and about problems and challenges in customer service is also something that easily can be obtained if employees are involved in planning processes. So, in addition, tacit knowledge that management doesn't really understand and realize, never heard about, is made explicit in such planning processes and can be taken into account in developing service systems, service processes, resources, and so on and so forth. Now, all these strategic requirements aim at making the employees understand their role as part-time marketer and accept their role as part-time marketing and get the knowledge and skills needed for that. However, we also need what's called tactical internal marketing activities in order to reinforce this and perhaps give the employees basic skills. Now, there's no given list of activities used in tactical internal marketing. Typical ones are training, internal communication, internal information, also human resource management activities, some of them here. External mass communication also has an internal effect, which is important to remember. As a matter of fact, employees are often the most interested target group for advertising campaigns. Now, also creating service supporting systems and technology is an activity required in order to improve employees' willingness and also their possibility to perform in a customer-focused way. Internal service recovery is something to think about. If something goes wrong internally, somebody feels bad in his job, how do we recover that? Someone has been wrongly treated, how is that recovered? That is something also to think about. And the list can be made longer depending on the situation. And here again, it's important to remember these activities are not things that's done now and then it's over. It's an ongoing process. Internal marketing is not a project, it is an ongoing process. But it is an absolute prerequisite for successful external marketing. And indeed, in a way, it is a way of organizing marketing, especially interactive marketing in service organizations. The next lecture is about customer-driven marketing communication. Thank you.